genital mutilation. This is the practice that involves the partial or total removal of the female external genitalia or injury of the female genital organs for non-medical reasons. Different communities give reasons why this is done. I hope each attendant has enough research on this, and I won't like repeating the same. The fact remains that female genital mutilation is the worst cultural practice which must stop by all means. Kindly allow me as the State Minister of Gender and Cultural Affairs in the Cabinet of Uganda, Honorable Peace Mutuzo and her world counterparts, to continue fighting this menace. I also promise to do the same until it is finished. There, I will have a sigh of relief. 2. Early marriages. Girls under the age of school going have been married due to poverty. Rural areas are before poverty line and hence cannot afford to pay for midday meals, buy scholastic materials and sanitary towels for their daughters. This leads to school dropout among many young girls, leading to early marriages. 3. Teenage pregnancies. Girls as young as 12 years old have been impregnated by elders, more especially by border riders and sugar daddies. They are always offered free lifts to and from their schools, which are sometimes far away from their homes. Sugar daddies offer free gifts to these girls. This leads to unprotected sexual intercourse, which leads to teenage pregnancy and other sexually transmitted diseases such as HIV/AIDS. 4. Gender-based violence. It was culturally acceptable for men to beat their wives, to instill discipline and command respect. Even today, GBV is still being practiced due to alcoholism and sale of family property without the consent of their spouses. Women these days beat their husbands, which is not normally reported by the latter. Solutions on how to eradicate these menaces. 1. Construction of boarding schools for girls. The best way of reducing all these menaces is by educating the girl child. An educated girl will know the negative effects of FGM, GBV, early marriages, and teenage pregnancy because they have an informed mind. Unfortunately, rural areas do not have schools in their vicinity. Girls become easy prey to ever-thirsty men for sexual intercourse and FGM perpetrators. Therefore, governments of the world should construct boarding schools for girls in areas where these practices are still rampant. 2. Construction of skill centers. Girls who have already undergone these practices should be taught skills which will help them get empowered economically, such as tailoring, sweater knitting, and bakery. Therefore, governments of the world should help construct many skill centers. 3. Effecting the laws against bad cultural practices. Countries across the globe have laws that illegalize FGM and other bad cultural norms. However, sometimes these laws are abused due to corruption. Many such wrongdoers can be arrested by the police but later released without being taken to court. I would like to urge the police to work diligently so that any corrupt officers are dismissed and prosecuted when there is an evidence of corruption. 4. Sensitization meetings. Local leaders should hold sensitization meetings about negative effects of these bad cultural practices. Other cultural leaders are ignorant about this and must be brought on board so as to obtain an informed mind. Religious leaders need to also be involved in this so as to preach against such bad practices in their local churches.
Once I have dealt with the younger generation who will resist against the practice, I'm sure every other person would not want to engage into this practice. So thank you for being a male champion at your age. You have been very consistent, and it's not crumb work. He speaks from his mind and is very consistent in what he's doing. He's quite organized. But we want to applaud the mother. Yes, this training is from the mother. You see, traditionally, if a man was wise, they would applaud the father. And if a man became dull, they would scorn who? The mother. And this is so unfortunate. But for now, you can see the mother has worked with him and has been with him every time. The mother would not speak. So the mother is already voicing her concerns through the son, and the son is the spokesperson. Thank you so much for playing this role.